friends and patriots. It's been a while since we've talked, but we're starting getting back into the radical resilience sustainability videos. And this first one is going to be what you just saw in the intro. It's going to be titled, Should I Stay or Should I Go? And that's what you all have to ask yourself every time there's some type of crisis. Do I stay here, weather it out? How long is it going to be? You know, is there something that I can do that would be prepared for this a little bit more? Those types of subjects and those types of questions are what we're going to answer in this video. So stay tuned and we will get right with should I stay or should I go?
Evacuate now!
It's a race against time.
Move now! Leave your stuff! Go! The fire's at the back! Go!
Dramatic just-released body cam footage shows first responders urgently evacuating people during the catastrophic fire that swept through Boulder, Colorado last month.
Ma'am, you have to evacuate.
Yeah, we are. We're back. We're back. We're leaving right now.
Let's load up and let's go, okay?
Well, take a look at this video. A tornado touching down on the eastern plains.
Yeah, look at that. Wow. There were tornado warnings throughout much of the afternoon in much of the area, specifically the south and west sides of downtown Denver. This video of a possible tornado taken by storm chaser Nathan Moore.
Let's go to some new pictures that are coming out of Big Thompson Canyon. That's between Estes Park and Loveland, Colorado. There are parts of 8 western states that are under flood watches and warnings this morning. In that Boulder, Estes, Loveland area, at least 3 highways are gone. I'm going to say it's 4 or 5. We're talking about highways gone. You can see how the water is rushing so hard it undermines the road surfaces and then carves out below them 3 to 5 to 10 feet of ground.
Welcome back to Should I Stay or Should I Go? Well, as you saw in the last 3 clips, one of the things that really influenced the answer to that question is whether the situation warrants one direction or one move or another. As you saw in the first one where they were evacuating from a fire, a lot of the people didn't even know what was going on. And all of a sudden you've got an official showing up telling everybody that they need to evacuate now. Anytime you get an evacuation order like that from a higher authority like the government or some agency charged with managing emergencies, you need to listen to them and move quickly, because the sooner you get moving on the road and getting out of the danger area, the better. If you sit there too long, you could get stuck, and I can show you some pictures here of what happened at Hurricane Katrina when they were told to go and people just didn't move very fast, and before they got a chance to get out on the highways were flooded and they got stuck. And you had over 12,000 people that had to be evacuated off the roads and out of the city into the New Orleans Saints football field dome. So that wasn't really a good situation. They weren't prepared for that, and it just got worse. Now the other ones where you see and you're monitoring the news and you see there's a tornado moving in a certain area, you can avoid that or just watch it and get a feel for which direction it's going and whether you need to take any action or not. And of course, lastly, during the flood, kind of the same thing. If you're up out of the flood zone, then it really doesn't impact you unless you're going to try to use some of those roads that may go someplace that you need to go. However, if you're in the flood zone, once again, you need to move quickly and get out of the area, because the sooner you can get on the road and moving, the better, and you have a better chance of actually getting to safety and not getting stuck on the road. So those situations kind of dictate what you do. Now, the other thing that will heavily influence your actions, of course, will be different types of scenarios. The situation being, let's say it's a cyber attack and things have gone down for a while, or an EMP attack, which we've talked about, and now a lot of countries have that capability, and given the state of the world right now, I would not preclude or say that that is not something that we shouldn't consider. Indeed, I believe it is something we should consider. However, in both of those cases, if everybody floods out onto the highway and tries to get gone from the area or go to someplace new, generally it causes more problems than solving the situation. In those situations, what I recommend is sheltering in place. And to do that, you have had to take some preparatory measures along the way to get ready for that situation. Those apply to if you decide to go in some other situation. You need to go to a place that is prepared for you to stay for a while. But if you shelter in place at where you're at right now, then indeed you also need to take steps to be ready to live there for a while until things come back to what was somewhat a normal situation before the crisis. So those things will be addressed in a later video called Sheltering in Place, which you can apply to not only staying where you're at now, the preparations you should take, or if you're going to go somewhere, what preparations you need to get in place before you decide to go there. So what is the answer to should I stay or should I go? Well, it really all boils down to one fundamental question, and that is, what gives you the best opportunity for success in staying alive through the crisis? I mean, everything else can go away, but the object is to save your life and be able to continue life into the future. And that will answer, should I stay or should I go? Now then, if you're looking for help in preparation, as we've seen here, if you go to another location, you need to have it prepared to receive you. But it is my recommendation, unless ordered to evacuate, that probably the best opportunity to save your life in a crisis and get through it with the least amount of disruption in your life is to probably shelter in place. And if you go to radicalresilience.health, on that website there are numerous videos and pamphlets and writings about different areas that you need to consider, such as energy, food, alternate cooking means, and that sort of thing, all on that website, which can help you get prepared. So thank you for joining me today, and we hope you move forward and start that process now, because we never know when a crisis is going to happen.